how did you go in session 2? Did you start becoming aware of ways that you sacrifice or not value yourself and your time? Did you look at your value on money and in your other relationships? Well, today we're going to cover expanding your services for clients. We're going to be learning how to integrate the best modes of healing into your therapy business and discover forensic healing secrets. The biggest challenge for therapists or healers is to have a structure on how to heal, because they've done so many courses and then had to drop one course and replace it with another. So they've never integrated their own therapies, or they've never learned what's most powerful in one therapy and what's not. So this lacks structure and it lacks confidence that the therapist will have when someone comes to see them. What therapy is best to use, or what mode of healing? So this is a very big challenge for therapists. And then they get distracted because the results don't always show, or they've had to try many different modalities or many different techniques before they get a result. So the confidence diminishes and ultimately the business diminishes. This session is about the integration of what you know and different modalities or different techniques, or just your one modality and the aspects of it. I've learned that it takes 3 aspects to healing: you, the practitioner, the system that you use, and then your client. And if you've got all those 3 nicely aligned, you get life-changing, powerful results. So what do you do? How do you integrate everything? Now, I love learning new stuff. I love doing healing courses. And so I did many. However, I was a little frustrated at how it took so long to get to a certain place in the healing modalities I learnt. And then I would just take bits of it and use the powerful bits. And then I learnt that some things worked for one client, yet it may not work for another. So hence the forensic healing system was put together to create that structure and have a testing technique to ask the client's body what was most suited. So the integration is really important of your healing techniques, because many vibrations are needed for different conditions. I'm going to take you through the forensic healing protocol in the stages to give you an overall view of what I put together that ensures that I maximize healing for my client. There's 6 stages. The first stage is called profile. In that, it sets up intentions. It asks for enlightened beings to be present. It makes sure that we're shifting DNA in the client. It covers many aspects to set up a healing. It's a beautiful introduction to the healing. Healing already occurs in that very moment already. Then there's the profiling, understanding their negative life patterns. For instance, judgment. I've talked about judgment is a common negative life pattern. People judge themselves, their negative self-talk. And then there's the emotions that run them. There's belief systems. There's the age where things were imprinted in somebody. A life-changing situation can change 30 years down, it can influence them 30 years down the track. And until you go back and remove that vibration, when that's done, it changes the current conditions. It's so powerful. I can do healings in seconds, if not minutes, remove pain that's been on someone for 30 years, 20 years, very quickly by getting straight to the detail. Then we move into collect, which is stage 2. Collect is looking at the age when something is embedded, and then the 4 pathways: physical, emotional, spiritual, energetic. Which way do I need to go to solve this client's problem? So that tells me which pathway I take. Often it's spiritual. Normally that's the first aspect on the really big stuff. And so I'll go down that. I'll choose one of the 14 categories. Then I move to analysing the who, what, when and why something happened. That's finding another age and finding out why and who and what was it about this condition, where this condition originated. Again, it's like, the crime scene, going through evidence and trying to sort it out. Then reconstructing the story, see if you can make sense of why something happened, why this person has this condition, or why this person has this fear or this phobia. For instance, I had a client that she had an allergy or a fear of being stung by bees. Well, it took me back to 2 ages. One, where she almost choked on when she was little on ice, and that fearful of being swollen all around the throat. And the other was being at the dentist, where she wasn't allowed to swallow, and a huge fear, and the dentist yelled at her. So she had this fear of this swallowing, so she was always fearful of being stung by a bee around the neck area. So interesting how things all piece together. So that's the fun bit. The bit that I absolutely love is solving something, solving the crime, solving the condition, and there are hundreds of stories. Then we move through to the recycle, which recycle stages. Do I need to go back and check to see that I've missed something? Which often occurs when I teach the courses, for instance, essentials, because the body knows that I know more, and when I teach essentials, it's more like the basics, and it tells me I need to recycle, then I'll need to go remove something that's not in that course, but it knows that I know. So recycle is making sure that you've picked up all the pieces. And then there's the healing stage, which is where you choose a healing vibration, a healing modality. Forensic healing can cover physical things where it's hands-on healing. It's like energy around the jaw or releasing meridians. It can then also be a spiritual aspect, releasing curses, karma, or negative connections with people, and vows, contracts, all of that, every aspect you can think of and more. It's where a lot of profound stuff that is not in any other healing modality that I came across. I actually created this bit. There's the emotional bit, which is a major influence on the underlying reasons behind people's pain and diseases and all of that. So this is the avenue to choose which healing correction is appropriate. Now this is where you add your healing corrections in here too. This is a place to, if you're homeopathy, naturopathy, your Reiki, your pranic, anything that you do, massage, you can incorporate, or if you have oils, you like oils, and just add your list there, and the body will choose. There'll be a series of a way to use an energy shift, I call it, to confirm to you which one the body needs. And then there's closing the case, which ensures that it's done, that the healing is complete, that you've cleaned up the negative energy that's been shifted, and that you bless the person on the table, and they leave very energized, and it's karmic. You bless someone, it comes back to you. And every healer that has done forensic healing has told me, and myself personally, they feel energized by the whole process. Is something magical about the way it begins and the way it ends, and you heal yourself through this process. It's like the energy coming through shifts you as well. So that is the protocol that ensures that you hit the right information, you go to the right cause. The other thing that it does is tells you why someone won't heal. I'll know exactly what sort of client I have by some of the profiling that comes up and some of the things they get stuck in, and I will need to say to them, you need to shift this, because this is matching your condition. If we can't move you beyond your emotions towards people that you have, we're not going to get much progress. I can already tell them that. And so that's the beautiful thing about the forensic healing system. You'll know the best candidates that the healing is so easy, and then you'll be able to identify those that perhaps aren't the best candidates. And you know yourself. You'll know yourself as a therapist. You have those ones that receive very well what you do, and then there's those that are resistant. So this frees you up to be able to at least hand it back to them. It's not because you're not responsible. They're responsible for healing themselves as well. It's not only you. Now for this exercise, I want you to list 3 therapy solutions that you would like to see in your therapy business. There'll be a solution that you'll know that you need, but you don't quite offer it. There'll be a pattern in your therapy business. So list those 3 that you think would assist you go further. And we'd love you to share your ideas and your feedback on our blog. The forensic healing system contains healing secrets. I traveled the world trying to find answers to why things didn't change in myself. I read, I researched, and in that information, I became aware of the incorporation of bringing in these secrets that I'd learned and making it a correction, incorporating it in a way that's never been done before. And when I incorporated these secrets into the forensic healing system, miracles happened. Powerful changes happened, not just for me, but anyone else that uses the system. The forensic healing system is a cutting-edge system to match the current vibrations that are changing. You've felt that shift in energy. Everyone talks about this change, and forensic healing moves with the change. It targets the DNA, which is changing in us. We are becoming more enlightened, more elevated, and hence why it works in a profound and deep way. I found that other systems were a little antiquated because they had to stay a certain way because of their accreditation, and I would find it frustrating. It was very long and drawn out. So I can tell you now it is very cutting edge and moving with the current vibrations that get those profound results, and that uses the spiritual side, the intention side, the emotional side, which is very much what we're all about. Watch the next video segment of me working on a client that will show you some of these healing secrets that shift and change pain and stress very quickly. Now I need to let you know, energy makes me move, and it also makes me yawn, or it affects me in many ways. I'm like a channel for energy to flow through me, and also I respond to the questions I ask. Now you may have your way of moving or feeling or getting tingly, so you will probably identify somewhat with me moving. Now I do address in the protocol whether something is a physical or an energetic, emotional or a spiritual condition. It tells me where I need to go first. Even if they've got a physical condition, you'll find in this video I address the spiritual side first, and then her pain goes.
Injury in dancing.
Performing in front of 3,500 people.
Really?
Yeah. There was a slot between 2 stages, and the stages were as black as the slot. So I couldn't see it, and there was this really annoying girl who's always taking my stage, and she jumped up on my stage and started pulling people up.
You talk about relationships, I'll be removing that, and you know what? She caused it. She's got annoyed with her, and then whatever stuff's gone on there, that there's nothing happens by chance.
She pulled people up on my stage and kept more and more people, so that I was being shoved off of my stage.
How long had
instead of just like kicking the bitch off. The first place.
Is she still a bitch?
She's really annoying. Everybody thinks she is.
Do you still see her?
Yeah, I saw her just recently at a jazz festival, and I was like, don't talk to me, go away.
And what number sort of kind of anger or annoying or some, you know, whatever emotion you put to it out of 10 would that be? 10 is high, 0 is none.
I think she's a 10.
Okay, yeah, okay. Right, are you ready to let that go? When I work on you, I'll help you, but you need to be ready to let it go, because otherwise you will still have your pain.
Okay.
Are you ready for it? Are you ready to let it go?
Does that mean I have to be friends with her?
No, it doesn't
Good.
mean you have to talk to her, doesn't mean you have to be friends with her, it just means that you start to take your power back and you go, you know what, that's fine, and there's something, a bigger picture between you and her than what meets the eye. It always is. Are you ready for that? Yeah. Otherwise, I'm working against resentment and and I know.
I'd rather get over it.
I know people are annoying, but if there's a message somewhere. Oh, this will be fun.
That's probably from when my dad strangled me, tried to kill me. So.
Right. So okay. And what your dad? Do you talk to your dad today?
No, he's dead.
Okay. And what was your relationship with him before he died?
He was a child molester.
Right.
And I was his favorite.
Right. So we've got a huge amount of pain there, a huge amount of emotion, and that's the relationship with her and her father. So I need to remove that. It's actually come up as, I'll just check. It's under always a spiritual, this stuff. It's come up as a curse. It's like it's cursed your life.
It turned my mother against me too, because she was jealous of me. You know, even though she loved me, there was this, it put up something between us. And also she had to hide that she knew that he had done this to me.
So then you have a mother who's jealous instead of protecting you, yeah? Right. You're suffering emotional and physical and in every way as a child. And then you've had to grow up with all this pain in you, yeah? Feels like a curse. It's coming up, it's cursed. It's like he has cursed you, and it's from past lives as well.
Yeah.
What are you feeling?
I feel a lot of, it feels like air going through my body.
Yeah. That's nice. How are you feeling about your father now?
Yes, I feel different, yeah. Oh, it definitely feels different. Yeah, because this normally just standing up on it, it just aches.
Yeah. So what is it feeling?
What's it feeling?
Yeah.
It's feeling like there's energy going through there, more energy. It feels lighter.
Yeah. And does it have pain? Does it have a number? 10 is high, 0 is none?
It's not hurting.
It's what?
It's not hurting.
Not hurting. So that's a 0, I would assume.
Yeah.
And how long have you had that pain for?
10 years.
10 years. How's that feel? Feel free to dance. Give me a hug.
I hope you've enjoyed the Forensic Healing video series as much as I've enjoyed connecting with you. I wish you well on your healing journey, and I invite you to connecting with us in the Forensic Healing family, and I look forward to your comments and hearing from you soon.
What do I say? Wow, what a week. I didn't feel anything for the first 4 days. And then I came in and I said to the girls, I don't know whether I'm meant, I don't think that I've got this, or something's not right. And then, wow, what happened after that was, I just can't even put words to it. It was kind of unbelievable. The amount of shifts I've had, working really stuck and growing my heart, moving my life back. Sorry everyone. This is the best, and I'm forever grateful to you.
I got on that couch and had a bit of a giggle therapy. I thought I might add that into the protocol. Giggle therapy.
Yes. Giggle correction.
Yeah, giggle correction.
Tickle correction.
Tickle.
And did you cry a bit?
I cried a lot. It has just, as soon as I saw it, it just touched my heart. I just knew I was meant to be here, and it's just quick and you know what you're doing. It's not complicated, and it's brought me home.
I have facilitated change with the students here. We've had wonderful deep experiences with one another, life-changing experiences that will stay with me always. They're imprinted now. I feel light and happy and so grateful that Marissa compiled all this vast information into one cohesive system, a pathway that I can truly touch my clients in a deeper, more profound way that they're really going to experience with me. I'm not going to just be doing it to them. They're going to be walking with me through the change, so they're part of it. And I'm thrilled and excited and can't wait to get out and start sharing this with people, teaching them that there's a freer, fuller, more beautiful experience to the connectedness of themselves and the universe. And I thank you so much.
So the course personally, on a personal level, has been life-changing. It's like the jigsaw puzzle, and it was just putting all the pieces on until now I've got the whole picture and it makes sense, and I don't need to worry about that now. I'm just amazed of how wonderful and amazing it is.
That's a different kind of workshop. Yeah. But I want to go.
Oh, right. You want